Hello Willow class, it's Miss Pind White here, and today we're going to look at our learning journey. Today's date is Wednesday the 6th of January, and this is our first online learning journey session. Our learning journey question is this: can I write my own traditional tale with a twist? Over the next 2 weeks, we're going to be looking at a traditional tale with a twist and then have a go at writing our own versions. Have a look at the pictures that I've put on the screen. Do you know which stories that they're from? Can you think of any examples of traditional tales or fairy tales that you know already? Pause the video and have a little think. Hopefully you've had some time to think about what traditional fairy tales you already know. I've had a little think and I can remember the Three Little Pigs, or what else? Little Red Riding Hood, Rapunzel, and I know some of you might have looked at that on Monday, Jack and the Beanstalk, Three Billy Goats Gruff. I wonder if you thought of any more than me. Okay. We're going to have a little think now about what we already know about traditional tales or fairy stories. What sorts of characters do they have, and what do those characters do? Pause the video now again and just have a think. What do we know about traditional tales? What is included in a traditional tale? Then play the video again to find out what I think. Okay, I wonder if you've thought the same as me. Let's have a look what's underneath each of these boxes. So, I think most traditional tales or fairy stories begin with once upon a time. They don't always, but often they do. And they end with the characters living happily ever after. Sometimes though, if we read traditional tales with a twist, this might not always be the same character, or they might not always live happily ever after. What else? Yes, there's good and evil characters. So there might be a good princess perhaps, or a really good prince, or a good other character. And then there's going to be some evil character or a bad character that they've got to face and overcome. Ah, yes. Often, as I just said, there's going to be some royalty involved. So there might be princes, princesses, queens, there might be palaces. What's down here? Ah, there's often some magic involved. So there might be a magic helper, like in Cinderella. Or there might be magic objects, like in Jack and the Beanstalk, those magic beans. And finally, yes, that's it. Animals that act like humans. So in the Three Little Pigs, they talk like humans and they live in houses like humans. And in the same as Little Red Riding Hood, those animal characters have human voices. Okay, for today's task, I want you to become a detective. So make sure you've got your magnifying glass to hand, and we're going to have a look at a picture in a moment from a story. Here we go. Can I find clues about where this story is set? So the setting of the story that we're going to look at. I'm not going to tell you what that story is yet. I'll reveal it later on. So what I'd like you to do is get your detective eyes on. Have a look closely at this picture. You might want to pause the video now, have a really good look and discuss what you can see. Who are the characters that you can see? How many can you see? What do you notice about the picture? Is there anything strange? Have you got any questions about what's going on in the picture? What time of year do you think it could be? Have a look. Are there any clues? Is it springtime, summer, autumn or winter? What are the characters doing and what sort of place do you think this is? Are there any clues about whether the characters are wealthy or poor? Have a look. Pause the video now and just have a look, see what you can see. Okay, hopefully you've had time to have a little think. For your task today, I'd like you to have a go at writing some sentences about this picture, about what you can see and where you think the story might be set. I've put a few sentence starters to help you. Try and write in full sentences and try and use because if you're trying to explain an idea. So for example, I've put a sheet up on Dojo which you can print off if you like. If you can't print it off, don't worry, just have a go at writing the sentences. So, for example, you might say, I can see what's this? What do we call this? That's it, a maze. I can see a maze. See if you can join your sentences together with a linking word like and or so. For example, I can see a maze, and inside the maze, I think there is a person. Perhaps that person is stuck in the centre of the maze. I've got another sentence starter here to help you. I think it is, what season? Because the trees, okay, and this one down here. I think this story is set in the gardens of... So have a think, see how many sentences you can write about this picture that give us clues about where the story might be set and what might happen in the story. Use your imagination. Okay. Once you've had a go at this, either on the worksheet provided or just on a piece of paper, take a photo of it and upload it to Dojo. Miss Reed and I can't wait to see what your predictions are and what you think this story might be about and where it might be set. I'll reveal the story tomorrow. Well done, Willow.